In this video, we're going to show you how to create a small web page that contains inspirational quotations and videos. To demonstrate to you, our guest lecturer, Teacher Deb. Teacher Deb, are you ready? Let's get it on.
Thank you, Sir Maestro. Sa araw na ito, susubukan nating i-recreate itong inspirational single web page na ito. So dito sa single web page na ito, ang mga contents nito ay mga inspirational messages. Technically, lahat ng content nito is about inspirational messages. At the same time, meron din tayo dito mga inspirational videos. So, yan. Mag-i-import tayo or mag-i-insert ng mga inspirational videos here in our web page. At the same time, sa lesson na ito, pag-aaralan natin yung mga positioning and layouting dito just like this. At the same time, magkakaroon din tayo ng opportunity na matakal ang mga pag-import ng ports, either importing from Google Fonts via its API or we could download it locally. Kahit i-offline yung webpage natin ay maglo-load pa rin yung mga fonts. As you can see here, ang background ng ating main content has medyo may konting opacity siya or transparency. As you can see, dito sa background niya, meron tayong background na full of stars with a tree in the middle. At the same time, kung makikita niyo dito sa may left side, meron tayong dalawang button. Isang back to top button and go to bottom button. So pag-aaralan din natin mag-customize ng mga buttons and such. So para masimulan natin ang ating episode, so nandito ang isang blank page at the same time, ang ating VS Code. As usual, ang VS Code natin ay merong index.html and at the same time, ang ating style.css na gagamitin natin pang style. So sa ngayon, let's try to copy all the contents like the messages here. Lagay tayo ng main element. So, nandito lahat, dito natin ilalagay lahat ng contents natin and then we can say na lagay natin dito yung ating header or heading. Or we could have a header here. Ang header natin, meron tayong H1 which is inspirational messages. So, yan, makikita natin yan dito. At the same time, try natin ilagay na ang ating mga contents. So sa ating contents, we could say the content, class content. So kung gagayahin natin ang style na ito, so as you can see, merong individual elements or groupings or sections of quotations na iba ang kulay kumpara dun sa iba or should I say naka-alternate ang kulay or ang background rather. So, try natin na let's say an item here, content item. So, ang content item, try natin copy na to. So, i-break line na lang natin para malagyan, para mapunta siya sa next line. So, as you can see there. So, try natin i-duplicate na lang to. We could say, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could say content item times 7. So this is an Emmet shortcut para mapadali ang ating buhay. So as you can see, meron na tayong additional 7 content item class uh, division or div elements. So, copy lang natin ang ating mga inspirational quotations or messages. Same time, maglalagay tayo ng, ay, uh, BR. Para naman next line. So, ayun na yung pangalan natin. So, sunod-sunod din na natin. R. So, BR. Last two. And then last one. So, yun, tingnan natin. Double check. So, nandito na ating mga inspirational messages. So, each are divided by div and then may class na content item. So, yun. Ang sunod naman natin ay ang ating inspirational videos. So, pwede nating ilagay sila dito sa baba. Or, we could say another header here. And then an H1 containing the inspirational videos. So for our video section, uh, the content video content quotations or content code. So dito. So next, susunod naman natin is adding ng video sa ating web page. So para makapag-add ng video sa ating web page, ang gagamitin nating element is what we called video element. So video. Ang video na ito, so ang kailangan mo ng sa loob ng video element is what we call the. So by using source, dito natin ilalagay yung URL or kung saan nakalocate ngayon ang ating video. And so kung mayroon tayong locally videos or locally nasa computer natin mismo or offline, uh, we could import it into our project. So by using just tab to import the videos in here in our project, I could say lagyan tayo ng video folders. And then ang ating mga video files. So yun. video 1, 2, and 3. So, yun yung mga nandun sa ating videos. So, ating source. So, ang source element ay kumbaga self-closing tag or unlike yung video element natin, kung makikita nyo, meron siyang mga ending tag. So, ang source element natin ay walang uh, closing tag. Rather, so nandito ang kanyang attribute. Ilalagay natin ang video folder and then ang 1. Same time, yung type attribute for what type it is. So, video slash mp4 and then close. So, kung makikita natin sa ating inspirational, yon, lumabas na. So, reload lang natin. At the same time, so, sa ating video element, meron din tayong ilalagay ng mga attributes or options. So, nandiyan ang width. You could say 320 and then height of 240. So these sizes are on pixel. And then another option which is optional. So either you can say autoplay if gusto nyo mag-autoplay siya, or you can say controls. So lalagyan ng controls just like that.
So many people.
So yun. Try naman natin i-add yung uh, dalawa pa nating video. So 1, 2, and 3. So by using 2 and then by using 3. So yun, nandiyan na yung tatlong video natin. So these are all our inspirational videos. So yun, ang kulang na lang is design. Same time, lagay rin natin ang ating images or for our background. So kukunin rin natin yung background natin dito uh, in our inspirational messages. Yung nakikita nyong night sky with stars and then the tree in the middle. So let's try to import it. So, ang ating images ay nakalocate sa... So, any images would do. So, kayo bahala sa mga styles and such. Pwede niyong sundan yung nasa akin ngayon or you can make your own. So, yun. Nandiyan ang ating image. So, let's try to apply it. So, ang ating main content ay nasa, or ang main header natin. So, let's try to at least locate our main. And then in our main, we could say height of or background image. So in our background image, just use the image and then, oops, or images rather, images in our wallpaper.jpg and semicolon. So hindi pa nag-a-apply ang ating, oh, I forgot. So, kailangan din pala, so, wag nyo na akong tularan. Ah, kailangan nating i-link ang ating style.css para ma-apply yung ating customization or styles. style.css. So yun, kung makikita nyo, style.css. So yun, medyo hindi pa ganun ka ganda ang ating webpage. So ating tutukan. So, so kung nakikita nyo dito sa may top side and left side, hindi pa siya or hindi sakop ng ating main div or ng ating main element. So to do that, we could say height of 100 VH. So 100 VH means 100 view height or take over the 100 view height. So at the same time, add some color. We could say white. Yung. So yun, may konting problem pa rin tayo kasi hindi pa rin nata-take up. So to fix this, we could reset the whole so padding of 0 and then margin of 0. So yun, as you can see, in this line of code, sinasabi ko lang dito is i-reset mo or select or deselect select all the elements and then reset the padding and the margin to 0 px or 0 pixel or in zero sizes. So uh, by default, as we know of, ang HTML ay naglalagay na ng mga default values in our padding and margin in every element in our web pages. So by resetting it to 0, pwede nating magre-reset siya to 0 and pwede naman nating i-reapply with our own padding or margin sizes. So yun, let's continue. At the same time, ngayon, tatry naman natin mag-import ng ating mga fonts. So, ang isa sa mga popular na pinagkukuhaan ng mga fonts ay ang tinatawag na fonts.google.com. So, yun. As you can see, ang rami natin pagpipilian pagdating sa mga fonts. So, there are many websites na nagbibigay ng mga fonts for free. So, ito na yung Google Fonts is one of those. Especially, Google possesses a large database of fonts. So, Google is a very large search engine as we know of. So, isa sa pinakamalaking tech company in the world. So, kailangan lang natin pumili ng mga suitable fonts for our inspirational. So, uh, we could say this pero masyadong curvy. Something somewhat inspirational. So, I don't know why may mga Chinese dito ngayon. Or Japanese, I guess. So, ito. Dancing scripts or we could say scripts here to get all the scripts or script. Yeah, there. There we go. So, yun. Pwede to for our heading. So, just select it. So, we can either select it download family. So, if you want it locally or you could say select this style. And then, either way, you could use the link element. So, ito, mapupunta to sa ating HTML page. So, doon mo siya i-import. Or you could use the @import. So, this is a function in our CSS to import. So, either of them, kahit alin dyan ang piliin mo. So, gagana din. So, I could say I'll use the @import for our CSS. Just copy it into our VS Code. Oh, wait. Baka hindi niya pala kita. So, yan. So, ulitin ko. Either way, by selecting a font and then here in the right side, you could use the select this style. And here at the top right, so kung hindi man siya mag-pop up, just click here in the top right, and makikita niyo dito ang dalawang options, either linked or at import. So via link element, uh, so yun nga yung sinasabi ko na pwede mo siyang import into your HTML, or you could use the at import so you could import it in your CSS file. So I'll use the at import CSS file, paste it in our VS Code. So yan, naka-import na. Ang kulang na lang is i-apply natin siya sa ating webpage. So mainly, magagamit siya natin is in our HTML or heading or header files. So we could say ang ating header ngayon. So in our individual headers. So we could say header. So within the header, I would say the H1, then font family of, so yun, nandito sa ating Google Fonts, and then copy it in our VS Code. So yun, as you can see, nag-apply siya. So all I'm saying here, select the header element, and then within the header element or the parent header, there is a H1. So hindi niya isa-select like kung meron akong H1 sa labas ng header, like for example, an H1 here, sample heading. So as you can see, hindi na-apply yung font element or font style natin kasi ang tina-target natin dito sa ating style.css ay header element kung saan meron siyang child element na h1. So either way, you could also type on without the less than or the greater than symbol. So by this space separated, all I'm saying here, select an header parent element, and within that header, select the h1 element. So the h1 element, then apply the font family, Causan script or cursive. So as you can see, na-apply lang yung Causan cursive or Causan script dun sa mga h1 within the header element. And hindi niya so if kunin ko to and ilagay sa like in our general or yung madalas natin ginagawa like H1 and then font family. So makikita mo na lahat is na-applyan ng heading. So if we want to select only the certain elements, ang good practice is by using the hierarchical selection. So hierarchy kasi sineselect muna natin yung parent element niya or yung pinaka root element, and then the element that we are targeting. So yan, delete na natin ang ating sample heading. So at the same time, we can apply some fonts to in our so select pa tayo ng ibang fonts. Uh, Something inspirational for regular text naman. Pwede natin gamitin tong Montserrat. So Montserrat, as you can see, several fonts have several sizes like or several varieties like thin or extra light or again some light textures with italic sizes. At the same time, some regular or yung mga madalas natin ginagamit. So I'll choose the regular 400 here in our, so I'm going to use the at import, copy it in our style.css, and then let's target our content items. So within the content code. So we could say the content item and then the font family, or let's let's just copy here. So yun, kahit pala i-delete na natin yung una kasi nakaselect din pala yung ating Kosan script and our Montserrat font. So yun, double check natin. Yun. As you can see, so zooming ko lang ng konti. As you can see, na-apply na yung font styles natin or font family sa individual elements na gusto nating applyan. Like the heading and then the our inspirational messages or quotations. So yan, let's continue. Uh, Next naman natin is yung mga content item. So nandito na natin content item. Though, let's select the content, or what would you say, content code. So content code, nandito yung, ito yung parent element na ating mga content items. So let's say our background would be something, uh, so let's pick in our, so let's try a little white. And at the same time, let's add some opacity or add some more. So yan, try natin mag-reference sa ating. So we are using somewhat red for our inspirational. So dahil medyo overall naman yung kulay red, we could say apply it in our main element, so which is the root element of all our HTML elements. So we could say RGBA 255. So let's start. Yun. So medyo malapit. Same time, we could adjust more our background color for our inspirational messages. Okay. So let's continue. Our main element is the root element. So we could apply displayplex. So yan, kung makikita nyo, medyo nagulo ang layout ng ating ano kasi by default display flex will align your contents or the items within the child element of our main element to horizontal or horizontally aligned. So to fix it, we could say flex direction of column. So yan, kung makikita nyo sa ating column. Okay. So yun, medyo nag-take up lang sa ating ano. So we will fix it later. So yun, continue tayo. We have slight problem kasi hindi na take up ng ating background image yung whole page natin or yung scrollable natin. So to fix it, we could disable this height. Could delete it as you can see. So medyo nag-zoom naman ang ating image ngayon or background image. We could say the background uh, our background position will be center. And at the same time, we could say background attachment of fix. So yan, as you can see, naka-fix na yung ating background image as we scroll. You could say, I think we don't need this anymore. Yes. Ah, so yan, medyo nagkakaroon na ng ating, alright, wait. So yan, let's try it again. So ang ating dinagdag, so technically, ang nilagay lang na, so kung kanina, ang nakalagay natin dito is height of 100 view height. So, para ma-fix yung problem natin with our web page na hindi nako-contain yung buong uh, background image natin yung buong page up to this scrollable kasi na-scroll ang ating ano. We could say delete our height property. So, yan, na-take up na. Kaso, nag-zoom in naman ang ating background image. So, to forbid it from zooming in, we could declare background attachment and then fix. So as you can see, na-fix na yung ating background image sa center or kahit i-scroll natin, hindi na siya gagalaw. At the same time, na-take up niya yung buong page up to the bottom. So let's continue. Um, our next property would be aligning the inspirational messages at the center. So we could say display flex and then align items to the center. So, so you can see naka-align na silang lahat sa center. Though our div for item quotations is technically in the same position, though yung ating inspirational messages did move. So we could say wrap up our content. We could say the width of our content should be limited to, I guess, 80% or 80 view width. So yan. We could also say add some padding of, I guess, 15 pixel to add some padding sa may web page natin here from top to bottom, though medyo kulang. So, ang ina-add pa lang naman natin sa ating VS Code, so, kung kanina nakaganyan lang sila or so, sobra na pa din natin. So, kanina, so to align them in the center, we just need the align items property and then assign it to value of center. In our content quote class, we limited the width to 80 view width or meaning only the 80% of the user's view width would be taken up by the that content quote. At the same time, we added some, you could say, delete it to 20 pixel. So yan, 20 pixel of the same time font size of, we could say 15, I guess. Oh, so limit pa. Let's say 25, or rather that is too much. So 20, I guess is enough. So 20, I guess is enough. And then next would be the let's add some margin between our quotations. So we could say some margin of, I guess, 15 px for top and bottom, and some 0 px in left and right. So hindi pa masyadong halata. Let's try 20 px. So yan, as you can see, meron na tayong 20 px on each. We could adjust the padding here for somewhat 15 px, I guess, and then in the content items, doon natin i-add yung padding of 15 px, I guess. So yan. So paano naman yung select natin yung other div? So we could say like several div, this. So I'm just using Alt and click for multiple cursors or multiple blinking cursors. Alt, so just by pressing Alt and then clicking to a certain element, so I'm adding multiple cursors. So by doing that, I could type simultaneously to multiple lines. So yan, let's try the add. So by using add and then uh, targeting the add class, class named add, and then background of, I guess, so we could say somewhat, oh, so that just messed up. I'm just going to fix this. So that same time, change the color to somewhat white. Yun. So as you can see, unti-unti na nabubuo ang ating inspirational messages or inspirational quotations. Uh, let's try to add some, I guess, some border radius here in our uh, main content, just like here in our original source. So let's try adding some in our content items border radius of, I guess, 20 px. Yes. At the same time, add some radius in our main element of content, which is the that content code. So you can see meron na tayong of applied border radius to each of our or to our main content. So let's try to make our header h1 more or a little bit of bigger font size of, I guess, 30 px, or I guess not enough for, I guess, 50. And at the same time, let's add some margin on our header with a margin of, I guess, 20 px from top to bottom and 0 in left and right. So ang syntax ng ating margin here is that uh, if you will only put two values like this. So you are saying that on the first parameter, it will be the top and bottom, and then the second parameter will be the left and right. So all I'm saying here is that I'm going to apply a margin of 20 pixel to the top and bottom of the header element, though apply a 0 pixel or none to the left and right. And as you can see, nagkaroon tayo ng konting space here at the top and at the bottom of the header element. At the same time, it is also applied here in our inspirational videos. So as you can see, medyo hindi nag-fit ang ating video here. So, pwede nating ma-handle yan by using also a um, flex in our uh, content feed. So here, kung makikita natin, ang lahat ng ating video ay nakalagay sa content video class div. So we could select the class name content video, uh, and then let's say display of flex. So let's check it. Okay, so naayos na natin yung alignment nila. Though, ang problem naman is that masyado silang dikit-dikit or yan. So we could say gap of, I can say 15 px, I guess. And yun. Kaso, masyado naman silang malapit dito sa ating we could say a margin in our left and right of 20 px, I guess. Applying margin of 20 px, I guess. So let's try it 0 and then 20 pixel on left and right. So let's check it. So ayun, yun lang. So medyo lumabas na ang ating video. Let's try another. Let's delete our So the way to fix this is by using um, or limiting the height or the width of our content video element or content video division. We could say width of only 90 view width. So let's check it. Though hindi pa rin nag-a-apply. So let's try to resize na lang our video, I guess. So, kasi nilagyan pala natin siya or we specifically assigned the 300 to 40 resolution in our HTML element. As you can see here, so yun, 328 to 40. We could say um, that content video and then video, you could say width of, I guess, 200 px. So yan, lumiit ng ating 200 px and the same time, uh, adjust rin natin yung ating height of, I guess, 100 px or so. So yun, medyo lumiit. So let's try to check our, I guess, the size or I zoomed it a little bit. Kaya medyo naging ganun yung sizes. So if we try to uh, comment this out first, and then let's try to unzoom it. So yun, medyo nag-zoom pala tayo. Let's try to unzoom it a little bit. And as you can see, so ayos na yung ating video. So yun, let's try to adjust also our font sizes for our inspirational quotations at the same time. Uh, may additional contents pa pala tayo or additional elements. Our navigation or for go to top and go to bottom pages. Part, go to bottom and top part of our page. So let's try to, I guess, the item first, the font size. Let's try the font size of 20 px, I guess. Or I did already put the font size here, so why don't we adjust it here? So yan. We could also, if applicable, font weight of, I guess, 500 or 800. So yan, it's a way for make the to make the font like add more weight or making it more bolder. So as you can see, if we type 100, I guess it will be too thin. If 800, so I guess that's more applicable. We could also adjust the color here to make it a little bit darker para medyo maging contra or yun. So by adding that, also adjust our main each one to I guess 60 px to make it more inspirational. So you can see, um, so this is almost our inspirational video or inspirational web page. So some additional also, we could say the quotation. So I think it is mas bagay kung may align natin yung ating or text align by using text align to center. So there, that's more like it. Let's try to add more padding here. I guess of 20 px of padding or more, I guess. And then add some, or I guess 25 would be enough, and then add some font size of 35 px, I guess, or 30 would be enough. So I guess there, that's more like it. So nandito na ating inspirational messages, inspirational videos. So we could add more the our tags. So we can use the element tags here in our outside of our content. So hindi sila kasali sa ating content. We could say a href of bottom and then bottom page. We could copy it to here. Oh, I guess. copy it here, go to the bottom page, and then let's say top. Go to the top page. So let's check it. So andun na yung ating bottom page link. And then our go to top page. Kaso hindi. So, so, so to apply the go to bottom and top page, as you can see in our href, we use the hashtag top and bottom. So as far as we know, hashtag in HTML and CSS, it pertains to the ID. So by adding some ID here, we could say the ID here in our header bottom, and then some ID ID at the so there. So let's try our inspiration. So go to page. So as you can see, I am transferred or scrolled down to the very bottom where inspirational videos is located. So if I press the go to top page, I will be relocated or scrolled up to the top where inspirational messages header is located. So as you can see there. So yun. Ngayon naman, we will apply some customization on our go to bottom and top page. So we will make it somewhat look like a button. So we could first at least add some class, I guess. So we'll add some class at our at our a tag, class of button nav or nav button. So here in our uh, HTML CSS, we could say so the nav button will be positioning of absolute, I guess. Same time, let's start to save it again. So yan, absolute. So between absolute and fix. So absolute will position the element in its absolute where it is totally located when the HTML is rendered or kung saan siya na-create. So yung go to bottom page a tag natin is created on the very top of our index.html. So by using absolute, so ini-ignore niya yung mga katabi niya, so or the other elements, neighboring elements, and then position himself to the very top of the page or where the starting of the body. So same goes with our a tag at the very bottom. So it is located. So anong pinagkaiba ng absolute between fixed? So as you can see here, pag nag-scroll down ako dito, nandun na sila sa literal position nila. So, oh wait, hindi na-apply ang ating nav button sa bottom page natin. Let's try to fix it first. So in our VS Code, nav button. So if we try to change the color to red, let's start if magche-change din yung color niya to red. So yun, nag-change yung color niya to red though still has a white page here. Huh. Or we could, if we try to make it fixed position. So yun, wala naman siya. So I guess gawin na lang natin na button and top button. Though ano, so naka-absolute lang yung dito sa taas and top. Let's try the, so I guess lagyan na lang muna natin ng style of 15px or I guess 15px would be enough. A height. So kailangan natin gawin na height or color would be white and a background of somewhat red. So somewhat red with opacity. Same time, let's try to text decoration to none. So para matanggal yung underlined, if we added the padding or the border radius of 20px, so ang ating top or I could say that button nav top. So lagay na lang natin sa position of absolute and then a top of 0 and then left of 0. At that, change it to bottom. Also this, change it to bottom. Same time, add the class. So here, we could say nav button and then nav top. And in our other element, nav bottom. So as you can see, so kaso, natin namang bottom page ay nasa literally bottom lang ng ating or view screen ng ating user. So yun, to fix this bug, I guess, bug for our go to top page button, we could say we could add the body or target the body element. So as you remember, yung ating navigation buttons ay hindi nakapulob sa kahit anong uh, parent element other than body. So body lang yung parent element nila. And then let's say position to relative. So as you can see, in our nawala na yung ating go to and so na-transfer siya sa very bottom of our page. So some major adjustment I guess. So medyo dikit sila sa corner side ng ating uh, page. So we could add some I guess some 10px I guess 10px or additional I guess 15px would be enough. 15px. So I guess that's enough. Also, let's add some font family. So, yung kanina natin in-apply with our um, content items. So, apply lang natin to sa ating nav. Oops, sobra. So, as you can see, there. Also, uh, some adjustment in our bottom page. So, medyo sa bottom sila. Let's add some padding, I guess, in our content video. So let's try to add some, or in our main element, we could add a padding of um, 20 px. So let's try. So yun, medyo, let's try to add more. I guess 30 px would be enough. Okay, so I think it's good. So I present to you our inspirational single page web or web page or our single web page. We have the insertional messages by using the displayplex and then text align to center all the items and contents of our inspirational quotations. At the same time, we used some positioning in our buttons like the position absolute to make it positioned uh, at the where it is generally or originate the originately uh, created. So we created the A tag for go to bottom page at the very top and the opposite, which is the go to top page, created at the very bottom or inserted at the very bottom of our web page. Hmm. So other than that, so uh, to sum up, kumuha din tayo ng or nag-import rin tayo ng fonts from Google Fonts, though you can use also some other sites or free sites or paid sites if you want na would have a API to share their fonts uh, via the internet. So we also add some opacity in our background. Same time, uh, sana natutunan niyo rin kung paano mag-add ng ating mga
So
videos here in our web page. So by using controllers, they added some controls here such as volume, play button, and the pulse screen and such. So we could also the download button is also included. So siguro depende na lang sa features yan sa mga browser nyo. So here, so that is all. And I hope you learned a lot. And hope to see you on the next episodes or next tutorials in the YouTube channel. So that is all, and thank you.
So we are done. Thank you very much, Sir Debs, sa napakagandang demonstration on how to create a web page containing inspirational messages and videos. So kung gusto mo pa ng mga ganito pang mga videos para mas lalo ka pang matuto ng HTML, CSS, baka naman pwedeng makahingi sa iyo ng suporta by clicking subscribe, like, or notification bell button. Abangan nyo pa yung mga susunod pa naming mga tutorial videos, particularly on HTML and CSS. Thank you for watching!